So weird. I hear people cheering and shit.
Hey everybody, let's get started here for today. I think what happened is this stream got kicked over. Everyone that was set up for that was waiting got kicked off. My apologies. Let's give it a second. I actually think we should just restart it. My apologies for those that got kicked off and had to log back on. Should we restart? Let's give it a second. Give everybody a second. Of course, our first one here getting set up. I'll tell you all about it, what the plan is, and of course we're going to look at markets, update situations, and this is going to be a regular thing. So we're going to move these sessions. They're going to be open. I'll explain it all in a minute. Let's give everybody a minute and give you guys an intro, or at least a song.
So weird. I hear people cheering and shit.
Thanks everybody. That was it. Well, that's the intro, and that's copyright free, courtesy of our friends at the Madcaps. So let's get into it. I think for today, I'm going to blast through a bunch of things and let this be an introduction to start, new start. I will explain the details to uh, new folks as well as existing gold members, how it all works, and get into what's happening now. Major updates, major markets, even some of our kind of our specialty plays are definitely moving, and some of the some of the goals of what we will do here really are to try to focus on live things that are happening now. But I have to stress that everything we're doing is for educational purposes. So with that being said, let's get up our necessary disclaimers and just make it really clear to everyone the risks, nature, everything. There's your risk disclaimer. And everything we do is not financial advice. This is personal education. And these are my own personal opinions. It's not financial advice. So a lot of this disclaimer stuff has to be cited up front. So let's get into really let's update. Let's get into what some of the key markets that I've been featuring and how we're going to move forward with all of our information. One thing I wanted to show that is absolutely kind of critical. We're looking at Chiliz right now. That's the chart I wanted to start with today because that was the last thing I finished off with this past weekend. Let's go to Twitter. We're going to keep the Twitter handle. We still have the Facebook group. I will go through that momentarily, but Twitter's a pretty good spot for me because I can upload directly. Of course, we're going to launch Discord. I'm rolling that out to gold members first. So if you haven't received information on that, you will. But get with the Twitter, and then once we have Discord, that will change the game because then everything can go through that app to your phone, to your computer. But this was what we talked about, or what I was posting and what I was really I thought was essential. It's a framework, it's a structure we're seeing a lot in crypto as these markets move higher. And with Chiliz, I mean that was at what 4180. Now there were other patterns that we talked about that we triggered way back at 30.29. And then once this thing took off, it absolutely skyrocketed. On the Coinbase feed, it got as high as 80. On most other feeds, it got to 65. So, and then rejected straight back down. What do? I'm still with it. And I think this BAM BAT whole phenomenon has to be retested. So we're looking at that right now. It's off of that 40 low. Here's the daily chart. It's just crazy. Crazy action this weekend in a lot of these. We'll look at Mana, Decentraland. There you go. But take a look. I mean, there's a lot to be said for these kind of setups where if we're going to target them, and this I'm really talking to myself because I did not properly catch this. It triggered out. I sold a bunch at around 70 on Coinbase. I got out on a chunk and then went back in probably too early, about 55. Playing this a little bit more loosely for sure than other futures markets, but the key thing here is that how quickly could you get filled? More realistically, this is it's not Coinbase feed. Let's go to Coinbase feed. There's Coinbase feed. And that did a crazy move up to 80. So we don't see that in other markets. You do have a crab formation that took shape and then blasted off to 2618. We would look at the 1618. Again, that was around 60. 65 was basically the target. So now what with this is still quite strong. And this, like a lot of these other ones, look like they want to come back up for a retest. So if that was our type 1 reaction, we'd have to come up, retest reversal land at around 65. Where is the... what's I think on a 30-minute. So that was just like Shiba Inu. The Shiba Inu was last weekend's Twitter storm. And if you go back on here, just even kind of to bring this back up here, look at some of the more recent plays that we've seen this on. We see a lot of these band breakouts. Oh, that was hilarious. But the SHIB thing, look, SHIB came all the way down. I'm basically done with SHIB for now, but it's probably very tradable. I saw it did a bounce. Where is it? Let me come up here for one moment. Make sure what's going on with everybody. 1 second. I do want to highlight something for everyone that's new here. Take a look at the basic sign-up links and go to, really just start at harmonictrader.com if you're new. I received a lot of questions. I've received a lot of questions about the material even, which is great and will improve with the Discord how to communicate together so that people can learn. But go to harmonictrader.com and register now as a basic member. Why? Because all the information is available on that basic members page, and now with these sessions, everyone is going to be able to get started and get the tools, get access to what we do real time, and follow along. So let me just blow through this really quick. You register basic members, go to the basic members page, access one of the software trials or all of them. I don't care. The thing with TradingView is that's probably our most popular platform, and all of the software programs are running the same algorithms. A little variation depending on the script type, but if you want TradingView, access that information here, send your TradingView username to that email address to our support. Also, get all of the books. So Volume 1 has all the patterns. Volume 2 and 3 are a little more advanced. Follow along with the webinars as well. Okay, and recently on the YouTube page, I just uploaded the course, the basic course from January, which is probably the most updated course. So you select our G Plus menu, you subscribe to YouTube, most of you already do. Okay, and here's the course 1, 2, and 3. Check those out. Take the time. I mean, I think I'm really important so that you have that knowledge of what we're really talking about. A lot of the questions, actually all of the questions I received this past weekend could be answered within looking maybe at 3 to 5 webinars. And I'm happy to answer, and we're going, and I do answer. But I ask that you take a little time to review the material first and go through the software. All of this is automated, and we show you, how to read it, how to handle it. And if you have questions, again, just follow along with what we do real time. A lot of the different markets we have looked at recently within a harmonic pattern perspective. A couple more really quick. Bitcoin, the obvious. So here we are back up at 62. we were looking for, remember, and we do have recently this alternate bat pattern. Why is that important? Well, the software is generating it. It fits within all of the rules. And finally, we know that the type 1 reaction already completed. So let's look for this to come down. Maybe as low as 56,793. We are just consolidating before the launch. Everyone's looking for that launch now. It's November 1st. This is supposed to be the month. I think 89,000 is, or 87,000 stock to flow target. I think from a Harmonic perspective, it's still going to have to set up properly on a 4-hour or 1-hour time frame and give us what we need to really go parabolic. So let's keep an eye on that. I'm going to blow through just a couple of the big ones for today, and then just circle back with some more information on getting started. There's one or two more the new class of coins that I've been saying that are beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. That are the ones that we want to look at. That, like Solana was the obvious leader a couple months ago. Now there's some new ones. Let's take a look at Ethereum before we do that. So Ethereum, I posted this in the Facebook group. Beautiful Gartley. I mean, just textbook. Ideal type 1 reaction. This is on a 4-hour chart as well. The interesting thing is there was kind of a micro reaction right here that came up and then had another retest. So I thought that was fairly interesting because you could say, well, it already did a type 2 reaction. Let me here take a look. Blow this up. I don't know if you can see that, but it was really sharp. Came up and then right straight down on that same bar, same terminal bar. So there we have the circle. That sun icon, that is the exact pattern completion point. The XA level, that's the optimal built-in level. That's the ABCD and 786 area. But the terminal bar, which is the bar that tests all the numbers in the zone, really is the starting point. That was a micro reaction straight down to target 1, which is what we look for, and then straight back. And on that retest, it came to target 2, which is the other expected reaction or expected movement. So by definition, Ethereum's now up here against the hop level. Is it a type 2? I wouldn't really say so. It has confirmation, and if again this is something where with any market, any opportunity, if we had a retest of the hop level. The hop is harmonic optimal price, by the way, for those that new to this. Again, you'll get all the information and webinars to review once you get involved with the basic membership. But that would be an area of opportunity to be looking for maybe another reversal or move down to target 2, which is here around right there around 40, 44. But beyond this pattern and what we see here, you would absolutely look for this to continue the breakout higher. It's no surprise actually for the harmonic patterns we have been seeing get generated in Ethereum, where they give you a reaction or just consolidation down to a target and then continue higher. Look at this past ABCD. This is 4-hour chart too. This 4-hour chart, take a look, has had a few patterns. Few bearish in the last month, each just giving a pause and then go. I don't know if many of the people that are part of the group and have been watching the videos know about some of the patterns we talked about back in September. I mean, major setups, major retests, and things that got this whole setup going. So if you haven't seen the prior videos, do take a look. A number of the markets we have featured absolutely are, have been fantastic moves. I can't, everything from the Shiba Inu to the Chiliz just in the past week, things that are phenomenal educational opportunities. If you didn't get involved with those, look at those. Study what we were talking about. Go to Twitter and take a look at, in advance of a lot of the things we've been kind of outlining. Here's that Shiba Inu, this whole structure. Do want to clarify this thing. When I outlined that structure initially, it had kind of an alternate bat, but then someone did say, well, what about your BC movement? This is way too extreme. And I agreed with that. I mentioned in a separate tweet 886 to 1.0, which it was what happened. But follow along with what we've done this year, all pattern based, and then take a look at some of the stuff that are, a lot of the markets that are still shaping up for longer term opportunities. Trying to find where's I mentioned GSAT. GSAT has is something a lot of the members know. Caught that first move up, and then I've been sitting on it. Now coming back up, triggering. There was some patterns there. I still like that, folks. So for those that have been asking, yeah, I'm still on that. That had some longer term monthly patterns. And then something like algo here. Again, this is just going back even 10 days where we had a number of the retests down around 165. Still like these. There's that whole group of algo and Solana and Engine Coin. That was another one that we posted. So I think we have entered into what should be this amazing hyper phase, especially for crypto. If this stock to flow model is correct, something like Ethereum should do a major breakout after this consolidation. We have, just in the last week, this has been bouncing between your last few HSI signals. So these arrows, that's your up and down. This is our HSI indicator, and we use the arrows to basically pinpoint where the limits of the price moves are. Let me show that those arrows line up with this indicator. Again, take a little time, get used to it, look at the videos, but for our purposes and everything, that the way that we look at patterns, once we take out that bearish Gartley and break out above that prior high and again start to make a new move back up into another HSI extreme, this should give us another test but at higher levels. So it's really close to triggering that whole breakout. There's nothing above that at all-time new highs. And for the weekly chart, another scenario that is, yeah, it's coming to play now, is this big 886 move, breakout move, where then we become a deep crab. This is the Ethereum projection. Bitcoin is more of just a simple crab structure, but this comes up to there. Your B point's at an 886. And then you go minimum 1618, folks, but we know it overshoots. The number we like to use is 1902. 6500, somewhere around there. not 192, 1902, basically 190. It's like that. 68, about 6,800 on this. But we'll stick with the minimum move of a 1618. I think that's a really sensible structural objective. 61. That should light up the rest of them, those altcoins, and let's just again stay on this market. I mentioned this engine coin. Get on back here. Where'd you go? Because it had perfect structure. And you can do this with all the cryptos. Look at them this way. This is on Binance US. Okay. Trace out your W formation. Okay, there's your X to A. Where's your B point? That's everything, right? The B point is everything. B point's roughly 50%. Come on down. C point, about 68%. Now, because your B point's at a 50, that signals a bat pattern. In most cases, that's how we treat it. 363 basically is that 886. Now, you want to check different feeds. It might slightly be different numbers on Coinbase or some of these other ones. So go through. That's why I have several different feeds of the same coin. But take a look, and again, you can see the W formation. What happens beyond that? I mean, let's say things get going, and this W formation morphs, as we say, becomes something much larger. Well, maybe maximum this, if we really break out above this 886 area, let's see how it develops, but we just project our standard 1618. That's the, that's our minimum metric for looking for extreme moves. I know that sounds crazy. You're up here at 635 is your 1618, and you're only at 265. Again, this is just a larger way to look at possibilities. It's all this is. A lot of people, I think, take this as gospel immediately. We've seen a number of them work out. That's all right. That's within that framework. We're measuring this framework. That's all we're doing. But within that framework, that's how you're shaping your decisions. So again, these are all the considerations we want to focus on with what's happening on a larger possibility and scale with crypto. It's a heck of a lot better way than trying to FOMO in or HODL forever. I think there's more opportunities. Bitcoin's a great place to be, great space to be. And everyone should probably be there as in a portfolio in the same way you would be in Microsoft. But a lot of the altcoins are shaping up where they're doing these ridiculous moves and really following through. One or two more that I want to feature, and then I want to just kind of wrap up with information, give everybody a little bit more about what we're going to do here going forward. This KNC, something I posted, I don't know much long ago, but it was, take a look on the 4-hour. Yeah, it's down here around 150. We were talking about this, I don't know how, it wasn't even 10 days ago. There was a whole slew of these. And again, look at the prior videos from last week and the week before. A lot of these we highlighted. One of the things we were talking about, and I'll get into this probably more later in the week, is just this whole phenomenon of the type 2 return, we call it, where it goes back. You have a really clear pattern back here. Why does it come back and retest? Why does it need to retest? And if we can look at these kind of back-to-back patterns, that has significance. We were talking about that last time. When you run the software and you see, hey, there's bearish pattern. Now we've got bullish and bullish. We're seeing a really nice response with that kind of phenomenon. That's just straight up. You see back-to-back behavior, it's respecting the levels. We look for confirmation. You still need trade management strategies, but again, all of these are things that are making the process a heck of a lot easier and isolating the best situations. OMG is another one I've talked about within that whole new class of whatever, of new crypto. This one just formed this bullish crab, deep crab actually, type 1. This is still kind of consolidating after that huge move to 17. I think this thing is getting close. Maybe you come down one more time and then go. But this thing is primed to do another leg. Because go to the daily or go to the weekly. It's just on a rope. Really steady uptrend. This is another situation where you would look for a 1618. It's just going to continue to grind higher and accumulate. 24, 20. The 1618 is at about 24. Take a look at your favorite crypto and do that. They just continue to repeat over and over again. That's what we do. I like to use the software, just exclusively utilize the automated software because we have done so much work with the algos that what I feel these are the true harmonic patterns. So you can do the hand measurements, and that understanding is critical. So I want to circle back and take a look at that. Really important that we get the foundation right, we get the process right. I am making a lot of these changes because I think it's for what we need to do, for what I need to do. As I said, even earlier in this later in the day, frees me up for what I need to do for my trading earlier in the day. So we're going to stick with this 11 o'clock time. I'm going to be just steadily rolling out the information. Again, I'm just rolling out the Discord information to premium members currently, and everyone else will get your options, but you simply want to start here free with the basic members, and then the gold members are going to get all of the information either contacted on email, and then I will update this on your gold member page. So and you'll get the Discord. The general basic members will get access probably next week to Discord. So that's the rollout. We're going to just kind of do it steadily, but everyone can get started now with the software. And as I've said before, take a trial to the MetaTrader, because fantastic data feeds on currencies and commodities and crypto. MetaTrader 5 for that one. I think I highly recommend checking out MetaTrader 5. Just go there, and if you're looking for crypto, and MetaTrader 5 is right there. And then of course the Trading View. And these are all 14-day trials. The other thing I was going to say is you might want to take 14-day trial with the MetaTrader, and then 2 weeks later take it to TradingView and give yourself a month. I really don't care, because I think after everyone gets it and you build up that knowledge and that information, you understand what's going on. You do, everything I'm doing is geared towards this software and trying to stick with defining the best opportunities that truly represent harmonic patterns. And we see that in what's been happening in recent weeks in particular. So come on back with that. Do get with Harmonic Trading here at on YouTube. This is where we're going to be. I'm going to be running all the sessions. I might do special events for premium members, but what has been our gold member sessions now is going to be available here on YouTube. And so that'll be today and tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We're going to maintain the schedule that we had before. Again, that will be on the gold member page. I'm going to update that. Here's the schedule for everyone to come back on. Oh wait, that's not. I'm sorry, that's not updated. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern. I don't know. That page did not. I I will fix that. Sorry, folks. 11 a.m. So tomorrow, come on back at 11 a.m. We are going to get more into the crypto. I'm going to focus a lot on the crypto, and I'll be quite frank about it because these are unregulated markets. And I want to be able to say a lot of things about these that I really can't say about other stocks and commodities and futures. We will look at them and probably do like featured educational sessions on them to really emphasize the educational nature of all of this content. So again, this is not financial advice. Probably should even flash up the disclaimer again. And I'll tell you folks a little story tomorrow why I'm emphasizing this. I feel like it was a sign. I'll tell you now, actually, I've received something from the FTC, and it was a mailer. But I'll scan it, and I'll show everyone tomorrow. Now, I have no idea, and actually, I found out that my name is being used by some other company. That's a whole nother thing. But I received this thing about disclaimers, and it was kind of like a sign. And I want to share this because a couple weeks ago we did something with Paula Webb, and Paula Webb is Mark Douglas's partner. Mark Douglas, again, the famous psychology author. She was instrumental with the work and continues the work. We talked about reading the signs. And I mentioned this the other day where somebody said, "Oh, well, Mark has his crazy superstitions," and I don't think they're superstitions. Again, I want to share this with everybody, and I'm going to scan it, and maybe I'll make it the thumbnail of tomorrow's stream. But these are the kind of signs you do follow, and I thought that was so interesting. And that's why I'm really putting the heavy emphasis on education, and it's up to everyone to do the work to be able to realize what you want. I won't even say, plus minus terminology. I just feel like let's stay on the education, let's do real-time examples, and continue within what's happening with crypto, which is a pretty phenomenal thing right now. Want to take advantage of this time. I've been saying to everybody, don't underestimate how valuable and how kind of a fertile of an opportunity this is right now of what's going on. It is a really loose market, and these come and go. So don't underestimate that. But we'll be back tomorrow. It's a good start for today. We'll catch everybody tomorrow, 11 a.m. And as always, go get them.